Yeah, guess what I'm doing? What's my life revolve around? I think if you follow my channel, you know what it revolves around. It's called driving cars and trucks, and washing cars and trucks, and waxing cars and trucks. It's never ending. So either you love it or you don't do it. So yeah, I am detailing the heck out of my Ford F-450 Platinum Black, which I've had quite a few black dualies, believe it or not. Or have I? So I really like this Carnauba cleaner wax, which, why didn't I figure this out? By the Easy Detailer Premium Appearance Products. Because I was selling a spray-on wash and wax called Dry Wash and Guard back in 1992. And it was a multi-level marketing, the Amway pyramid scheme thing. And yeah, did I have the brains to figure out, hey, why don't I just break out of my own and make my own cleaner wax? Nope. Didn't figure that one out. Instead, I drove around trying to sell a product to make somebody else a very rich person. And believe it or not, one of those people that was my distributor, believe it or not, one of those people in this world that used to help me sell something similar like this, what is called Dry Wash and Guard. His name is the Dos Equis man. I won't disclose his personal name just because I'm on my own YouTube channel. I don't want to be associated with that, but he was one of my upper distributor bosses for the multi-level marketing product. So he was the Dos Equis man, the most interesting man in the world. Yes, I used to hang out with that guy and peddle snake oil is what they call it. It was a legitimate good car cleaning product. So follow me along here as I clean my truck. How exciting is that, right? All right, so another nice thing about the truck here for me is I got a little step here to get up top here to be able to clean my hood, because if anybody here waxes their big truck, what's the big challenge? It's always getting up to the high spots, just like the roof up there. And oh my gosh, so that's my next project here. I know everybody has their own tricks to the trade and how they clean things, but you know, if you look at these nice vehicles going down the road, like my truck and other people's vehicles, you know, to really make these trucks shine and look good, it takes a lot of time. I mean, it's a lot of work, and you really have to have a passion for this to do this, if you kind of know what I mean. And so anyways, so here's another little trick. What I do is, you know, I have a lot of material, so you can just kind of spread it. I mean, I would not start spraying the inside of this grill here with a wax because of all the little sprinkles, you know. So you just kind of take your wet cloth and get in there. And you know, what's interesting is today I was out in an area where they have a drive-through truck wash, and sometimes I get a little lazy and I use it if I'm out in that area. But already just like cleaning the truck, I can see, if you look here at this towel, you can see, you know, there's a lot of dirt from the truck going through the car wash, because you just can't get, you cannot get a real good hand wash job out of a drive-through, you know, car wash, truck wash, whatever you want to call it. Truck, it does cars and trucks, but it's a conveyor belt. And you know, it's, for me, it's just one of those days. I'm like, you know what? I'll help somebody else out, give them some money. You know, I feel for businesses and other people, so if I can help out and donate some money, I'll do that. But at the same time, you know, I wouldn't use it all the time, just for the simple reason that, you know, it just doesn't do the job that a hand washing the vehicle does. So now we go down here. I'm gonna spray some up here. You know, your front end just gets destroyed, if you know what I mean. So do a little there, a little there. This is really good stuff. I really like it. I've been using this stuff for years. I ordered from Amazon. Yeah, I know. Amazon, who's redefined the whole world, right? So for me, I can order like 6 or 8 of those things, and I think it's good stuff. I like it. Anything that has carnauba wax in it, I think's a good choice, you know. And that's, you know, the spray on. And I've got McGuire stuff too. I mean, there's lots of waxes out there, and if you watch my other videos, it's the same end result. Wax is just in a harsh environment, only lasts so long. And I know somebody would weigh in their comments, hey, do the PPP protection. And if I was a guy that kept all my damn cars for more than a year or two, then I would. My challenge in life is I always see something different and neater. And it can even be the same damn product. And I'll buy that. And so for all that money I spent on that vehicle, it doesn't, I'll never get it back. You know, and a dealer, in all fairness, a dealer would give you some money, but no way. If you spend like $3,000 to do a PP coating on your, sounds like my kid, you know, on your vehicle, yeah, is a dealership gonna give you maybe $1,000? Yeah, maybe. 500, probably. It's sickening when you go and do things to your vehicle. Dealers will show like nothing for this stuff for the most part. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's certain things they will, but for the most part, nope. We're making headway here. Got this part of the truck. Have not done the roof up here. Let's challenge that, right? Yeah, this is always the really get motivated area, if you know what I mean, because you're way up here. But my attitude is better have something than nothing, right? Get that up here like that. Rub it around. Look at these big ass thingamajiggers all tied into the radio system or whatever. Had that conversation on my Tremor truck. See that? We're about halfway over. I'll put the phone down to get any further. You know, see here. So, you know, are these guys gonna open up these steps like this and clean this off? Nope. Ain't gonna happen, you know. So, not saying if you don't go to the high-end detail shop, they wouldn't do it, but regular car wash, nah. All right, up to the top here now. I get this up here and see there, still rubbing. I even use this spray wax on the windows. I think it's really good. Now, I would never use it on the front windshield because it makes the windshield wipers shatter. But as far as the black chrome and other stuff, man, yeah, for sure. You know, you can see once you kind of get this tile pretty wet, you take this material, you really can spread it. There's my dog barking. You're like, yeah, do I have any dogs? You know about that, right? Look at this, man. It's like it's snowing out, right? I just go heavy. Heavy. You hear? That's pretty cool. Now, once again, you got to be careful where you spray this stuff because it can leave sprinkles. That's your number one challenge in cleaning black vehicles is Sprinkle City. Like, don't do the gas cap. But then, like down here, these are very expensive. Yeah, these things are a bloody fortune. If you don't take care of that, they'll end up, you know, showing age on them. All right, now I'm getting really adventurous because now this rag is so soaked with wax and dirt. I'm going to the wheels. See that? and do my wheels. It's all the little details. I mean, these big trucks, and like I said in the beginning of my video, is if you don't have a passion for cleaning these vehicles like I do, you're crazy to have the vehicles. I mean, you know, sure, if you make monies and you want to pay other people to do all your work, you can, but that gets expensive. I mean, there's somebody to clean this truck and wax this truck, you know, to do the whole 9 yards. I mean, it'd be a $300 bill. I mean, at least. You know, I'm talking about a guy hand washing the truck, and then he cleans the interior, and then he, you know, does a complete wax job on it and everything. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure somebody out there would do it for $150, $200, but, you know, I think you're kind of giving away your services, because it would be about a 3-4 hour job. You know, you got to think about if you're a businessman and you can do 2 trucks in a day, and for your whole day in today's economy, you pay you and maybe another guy, you know, between the two of you, $150 each. Yeah, well, for manual labor, in my world, that's very cheap. So, but I get it. But I know the local car wash that I have here, for a hand wash of this truck and clean, is $100. That's not a wax. That's just a hand wash and clean. Yeah, so the whole point of my conversation, as I say, gets people like, yeah, he always says his whole point of his conversation, you know? So, yeah, if you don't have a real passion for these cars and trucks, you're kidding yourself to own them like I do. All right. Now, you know, the easy part is done. And some of you will be like, what do you mean the easy part? I'd be like, well, applying all this wax is easier than taking it off, wiping the car down. That's a whole other project. So for anybody out there that details cars, hats off to you, because it's a sweat labor camp. You know, believe it or not, back in the day, I used to sell automotive products to body shops and detail shops, and nothing extravagant. But, you know, I used to drive around, and I witnessed what these detail shop guys do. And, you know, it's a sweat labor shop. It's sweat labor, man. It is hard work. Anybody that's ever worked in those environments, you know, it's 80, 100, 90, 100 degrees out, humid. I mean, it is. I mean, I used to detail cars. Some may be like, huh? Yeah. I mean, I'm not lying to you. I used to drive around a little Toyota pickup truck. I'm sure my dogs are. I detailed this last week. It has been sitting outside now for many, many days. And look how good it looks. And that's that same wax. You know, so my vehicles really get put through the environment, because I can't park all of them in that barn right there. I can get 3. You can get 4, but, you know, I got to work on my shop. So, but anyway, so I used to drive around many years ago, back 1992, 93, to make a living and wash and wax cars and polish them and detail them. And I actually used to go out and also, you know, go to detail shops and watch how they did their stuff and how they ripped the cars apart and cleaned them to the ultimate detail. And, you know, once again, anybody here that's done that type of work, you know, it is hard work. You do that, you do that work, you know, on a regular basis, that stuff will kick your ass. You're going to be in good shape. It's not a lazy man's, you know, position. So, let's go back in here and check on my puppies and check on my puppy, which is, this is it. And also, you notice how there's a Toyota Super Gone that usually used to sit like right here. Used to sit out there. Yeah, she's gone. Time to get motivated. Get my rock and roll music on again. And here's these terry cloth towels, but they're not terry cloth. They're microfiber towels that you can get at Costco or Sam's Club. These are Kirkland Signature. Sam's Club has some really good stuff too that I like as well. But you got to use this type of stuff. You see, it doesn't have those little terry cloth, you know, loops. And that's the stuff when you start rubbing this black paint, I learned years ago, see, under a fluorescent light, or these are actually are LED lights. You know, in an LED light, you can see with the terry cloth towels how they start scratching the surface. It's crazy. It's the worst thing you can use. I mean, anybody that's out there using terry cloth towels on cars to wipe them down and wax them, you're scratching the hell out of the clear coat. I mean, oh my God. I can remember years ago, before these microfiber were available, that I was detailing cars, and as I'm sitting there detailing the car and wiping it down, I'm just seeing like all these fine scratches, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, this is ruining the paint. So for any professional detail out there doing some guy's $100,000, you know, Beamer, Porsche, you know, it's just heartbreaking. You know, and the thing is, for the guys that don't, you know, for me, I have a really good eye. I see the imperfections in paint, and others do too. But if you don't put these vehicles up underneath the lights, you can't see that, you know. So the average person has no clue that their car is scratched to heck from terry cloth towels. So the message is, do not use terry cloth towels on your vehicles to wipe them down or wax them. You're literally scratching the clear coat. You know, and if anybody knows clear coat talk, they get all that. That's a protective coating over your existing paint to help it from not getting destroyed by the environment, and have that fade in the paint, you know, and oxidation. And, you know, if you go to the 70s cars and even to degree 80s cars to degree, you know, so many paints fade out because of no clear coat on them. But even over time, those that eventually takes its toll as well. All right, now let's see if this thing follows me. Does it follow me? You know, it's this new device is complicated to me. So see there? I wonder why it doesn't do that. All right, well, we'll try our best. I'm the guinea pig. So I've got my nice LED light here because it's kind of getting a little darker here, and this really helps you see in this black paint all your imperfections and wiping it down. And you know, I can already see with that light how I'm wiping her down, that I'm not getting all the locations like I should, right? So, and that really does a great job on helping you see what you're going to see tomorrow in the daylight when you get out of the parking lot. And you're walking across with the sun out, you're like, oh my gosh, I totally missed the whole area. And so that's a really nice thing to do. And as you can see, you know, if I had this video going the whole time here, you know, this is the slow process, really the detail, getting all this wax, you know, on the paint and buffing it out. That's a whole other project. And you know, some people buff, you know, I've got a buffer, but man, I'm gonna tell you what, running this buffer wheels, you gotta be really good, because you'll get swirl marks all over your car, and then those things will wear you out. I mean, those buffers, they just take a lot of energy out of you. And if you're not careful, you'll have materials spraying all over everywhere, yourself, all on your vehicle. So let's see how we're doing here, right? So I just spent like the last, 2 minutes talking about how I dug up a bunch of pictures out of my files of all my cars, but it's not all of my cars. You know, it's going to take me forever. You know, when I say forever, it's going to take me a lot of work to dig up all the vehicles that I've owned over the history of my life. Starting from when I was like 19, 20 years old. And then the vehicles I was even around with my father and mother, my brother and sisters. And I'll walk over here because this thing probably turned off again. Nope, it didn't. So I was just talking about how I'm really disappointed that I can't find the film, the roll of film that I took of all my Dodge and Ram trucks back like in 2004. So back in 2004, I had 2002, 3, 4. I had the Ram 3500, the Ram 2500, the Ram 1500, then the Dodge Dakotas, the two-door extended cab, lowered like the race truck, 360 motors. They were total dogs. They weren't that fast, but they were neat looking. And then I had the Dodge Dakota 4-doors. So, you know, I had lined up in my driveway and property here all of my nice Dodge trucks. So you won't see that picture because that roll of film, when I restored my house in 2005, got lost, which is so disappointing. And this is all pre-iPhone. You know, it's so easy now to take so many pictures of so many things. But back then, you had to have like a separate camera to do all this. And even though I should try to dig up that camera that I had. So anyways, I'm putting together a collage of pictures of all my vehicles I've owned over the years to share with you. And to see, you know, that I've had tons of cars. And it would be interesting if you saw, you know, years previous, I was mainly the Ram Dodge guy. And I had Chevys as well. But I was never a big Ford guy, even though back in 2006 and 7, I did buy a Ford F-250 Harley Davidson. Real nice, the blue jean color. And I had an F-550, and I had an F-450, and I had an F-650 because I had a business where I needed rollbacks. So it really wasn't until the 2006-7 I kind of went to the Ford product, but I still had my Ram product, and I even still had Chevys as well, and Toyotas. But I was really wanting to show off how many Ram trucks and Dakotas I had back at that time. See here, this is the step, the retractable electric step, which I really like these. And they have gotten a lot better about making that retractable step. So I'm working on that video, and yeah, so hopefully get something. I think I just have to kind of do like a video of what I've found so far, and then I'll have to just dig up generic pictures off the internet of all the vehicles I've had that I can't find and use those. And I've already done some of that. The good news is I found a lot of pictures yesterday that will show a lot of pictures of cars and vehicles and trucks and SUVs that I was doing a generic picture of. Never eat. Now here, you know, I'm gonna make my daughter and wife some nice chili when I get done here. And got about an hour window on doing that. Let's see if the video's still working. I'll be amazed. Yeah, it's still working. Cool. All right, keep on talking. So in those other videos as well, I found a good amount of pictures showing how I used to have this barn as my workplace, which I didn't. I lived here, actually 13 years before I actually was able to restore this barn. You know, prior to that, I was always working out in my sheds. So I got some good pictures to show you that. And just share my enthusiasm. You know, my Ice Age TV video, for me, you know, just me wanting to share with you all my excitement about cars. And you know, as everybody knows, there's so many people out there that just love their cars and trucks. That's my hobby. That's my passion. And I think now, if you look at my hood here, I'm getting this thing nice and shined up. Wow, towel just slid right off. See here, I am getting her done. And look at that. And you see, you know, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see the flake in the paint, right? See how nice that looks? That's just really cool. How about that, huh? This thing gets confused. I mean, he gets so confused. This is a robot cleaning the front of the grill. See that? You can see that little mark right there. And that's the thing, once these towels are a little dirtier, you definitely have to switch out towels. Look at that. I like this aluminum. You know, the Ford truck. A lot of people are critical of the Ford truck being aluminum. They made fun of it. I do like the aluminum bodies. So, get my towel here and get my grill all cleaned up. So, making headway here. All right, we're coming down the home stretch here. Looky there. Run out of time. Wife's like, where are you? You gonna get me some food? Right? Yeah, we know. People get hungry. It's usually not the greatest thing, right? We get attitudes. So anyways, hope you're enjoying my video here as I wash and wax my nice Ford F-450 Platinum diesel. And it's 2020, and probably heard that 15 times, didn't you? So, anyways, lots of conversations, but I'm running out of time, so we'll have to continue it later. All right, I'm back in the shop. Made the wife chili. That's a good thing, right? And now I'm down to finish up these wheels. You know, one thing about the Ford product, they're always really light. They're like the Ram and the Chevy, even though now Ram is offering nice aluminum wheels in their trucks, but typically they just had the steel wheel with just the trim rings, chrome trim rings on them. But Ford's always done a good job on the F-450 series on putting these aluminum, really nice, you know, like Alcoa style wheel. I really do like that. And it's always an enjoyment to polish them up because they're just such a good looking wheel. So coming down the home stretch here, just finished cleaning up the top of the roof and clean all the sides. And oh, nope, that looks good. I'm sitting looking down here, see a reflection, thinking, oh no, I missed something. But I think once I finish up this wheel, we can do the final walk around here, and you're going to see that my hard work paid off. I just picture, like for me today, had I actually washed the truck myself instead of taking it to that drive-through dually wash place, you know, did an okay job. But for me, had I actually washed the truck and then gone through the process of cleaning it and drying it off, and then
start it, go.
All right, now it's clean the window time, and actually I've already cleaned most of the windows, but it just doesn't end. You know, these big trucks like this, you gotta go over all this stuff. Because for me, it drives me nutty to drive around dirty vehicles. Even though I think some people enjoy riding around dirty vehicles. Now, back at the top here, because you look at this moon roof, panorama roof here, you know, they just get so dirty. Okay, I think it's pretty good. All right, the interior looks pretty good to me. Even though it probably could do a little spit shine, but for tonight, that'll be maybe tomorrow, rainy night project. My daughter loves that. All right, I think we've pretty much wrapped it up. Right, kid?
Yep.
Good deal. Thanks for watching.